When being on the receiving end or the giving end of a difficult conversation, there is one key factor that could make all the difference in that conversation, leading to a breakdown or a breakthrough in your relationship with the other person. And that is choosing to look at your contribution versus coming from a place of blame. Just hearing that already might touch a nerve, because Lord knows we all have our reasons why the person coming to us with their feedback is wrong, or reasons we have about how right we are in the feedback that we're bringing. But in this conversation about contribution, I'm going to invite you to just set down your need to be right for 1 minute, long enough to consider what the other person's experience might actually be, and ask yourself this question with curiosity in your heart. If I did have a contribution to whatever this area of difficulty is, what could it be? And if immediately in your head you think, nope, no contribution whatsoever, then I have a follow-up question. If you did have a contribution, would you even want to know? After all, this whole series of videos on difficult conversations is designed with caring for others as the main agenda. Now, I may walk right out of this door here in a minute, get in my car, go home, on my way home, stop at a red light, and all of a sudden get rear-ended by a careless driver. And that would be completely their fault, right? But at the very minimum, I chose to get into the vehicle knowing that every time I drive, I'm choosing to put myself at risk to the drivers around me. Now, the point is not to heap on unnecessary, undue responsibility. The point is that any time that there is a minor or major infraction in the relationship, or in the project that you or another person are committed to, there is always room for a contribution on both sides. And the more you can see yours, the more your self-awareness you can see, as well as your humility, it will pave way as an invitation for the others to step into a conversation where the goal is the relationship. Now, we can be pretty weaselly in our minds when it comes to this area of trying to wiggle our way out of blame mindset and into a contribution one. So here's a few ideas for starters. Quite literally, put yourself in the other person's shoes for a moment. Like, drop what you're doing and go and get their actual shoes. No, just kidding, don't do that. But just ask yourself the question for a minute. I wonder what they are feeling. I wonder what their perspective is, their thoughts, and what they may think about it, what might be going on for them. This will help you gain altitude and consider the situation anew outside of your own perspective. Then, think through or jot down the ways that you can see that you have had a part in the situation. It could be that there were unspoken expectations on your part, or maybe you just have a way of being or an attitude at times that doesn't always leave a lot of room in this area for breakthrough. Or maybe part of your contribution has been withholding from them the honest and valuable feedback or support up until now that has helped perpetuate whatever is not working. Think on these things and then share with the person openly and honestly about how you recognize that you have contributed. And this is the part where it can be a beautiful opportunity to ask for their forgiveness for the contribution that you have also brought to the situation. And then ask if you can share your feedback and how this has impacted you as well. You know, how defensive or tense that you get in response to someone coming and pointing fingers at you. So just consider how you owning your contribution on both the receiving and the giving side of feedback can speak volumes to the person in front of you that you are really wanting to connect with.